I think people look at me suggesting, especially Radigan Soreseal, and saying, oh, well, Jerp just says you should fucking use Soreseals all the time, and that's not even the case. But people take things to the extreme. They think you should never use a Soreseal, and then I'm recommending that you always use a Soreseal, and that's not the case. A lot of the sort of discussions of that nature, of like whether you should use a Soreseal and like what stats matter and whatnot. The unfortunate problem is there's no fucking nuance for anything. Everything has to be fucking never use this. And I think the reason why is because a lot of people approaching these games they don't have the mental capacity to make a decision besides a very distinct yes or no. It's like too much shit for them to juggle. I'm not saying they're dumb or smart. I'm just saying that the amount of mental effort they're able, via whatever reason, to dedicate to that thought is not available to make a more complex decision. But it does suck, though, that people who are being asked these questions are saying stupid shit. I think I want to pretend the Scar Seals are probably if you could make a more distinct numeric evaluation, I think the Scar Seal would fit, but you would need some sort of stat optimizer tool. His recommendation is a rough roll, especially if it isn't for duels. That's an interesting recommendation, because I would say that Soreseals are probably better at higher level in duels. It depends on, it's too situational to really give a good evaluation of that. The first portion of it, as a rough roll, I would agree with that, because most people don't know how to optimize it at that point. I would say if you're looking for a hard cutoff, about 125. After that, I can't find a numeric justification for it. But I think 120. I've been tinkering with like knowing how defense works and knowing how to optimize for that. The biggest question right now is I don't have enough examples. I don't have enough samples of other people's builds. If this is Mugen Monkey, then I would very distinctly recommend, I'd be able to just run through, and I'd be able to recommend at this particular level, this is where there's a strong benefit, because I'd be looking at all these builds and looking at their stats and going, oh, well, the base AR that they get and the amount of split weapons they use clearly justifies running a Soreseal up to 125 or whatever. Especially when you're getting the other benefits of the Soreseal as well. Okay, so part of it for Radigans is that if you're not running a quality build and orienting towards that, there is no benefit to it for a significant amount of your build. Or if you're not desperate for those extra stats. At 125, those justifications can exist with a quality build that is going to do a lot of extra damage. So the funny thing about quality, and I think people haven't really figured this one out, is that people are like, oh, quality sucks unless you're really a high level. But have you looked at how the caps work for scaling path 3 and 4, where all the throwing weapons are? Have I seen the weird scaling for the quality Faith Int stuff? Oh, the casting tools. Gale Mirror is weird because it's the base scaling values are really low, even though it's path 12. Golden Order has higher base scaling. Albinoric and Dragon Communion, they're still path 12, but the base scaling for Arcane is higher than the base scaling for, Int and Faith. Meanwhile, Gelmer has equal values for both, but both of the values are really, really low. So, Gelmer is it's a 30-30 to 40-40 weapon, and if you're 50-ish, it starts to become better to use the any random path 16, the Crystal Staff or something. Some of them have really high base values, higher than I thought they would be.